Ooh, it's been a minute. Hey there, crybabies. How you doing? You don't like politics? How about this? Instead of commenting, go fuck yourself! Cause your opinion, it doesn't matter! That's what I feel. I've been waiting to do this. I've just been waiting and waiting to do this. All these motherfuckers that keep commenting, you're wasting your breath. You're wasting my time for reading your comment. I'll just let you know, my politics may not align with your politics. But again, at the end of the day, that doesn't mean we can't be friends. Yeah. It's sad that in this generation, people care so much about politics of another person that they let those politics get in the way of friendships and relationships. And by God, Ellie, you have one stinky ass today. Anywho, I just thought I'd go live. It's been a minute. People don't usually see me live anymore, and they don't usually care. In the last few weeks, Virginia has had its gun rights attacked. And a couple of days ago, might have even been just a week ago, there was over 220,000 people with guns in the state capital of Virginia, and not one person got shot by a mass shooting. Go figure. Oh, and a better topic for the subject. Even Antifa was there. As much as I don't like members of Antifa, they stood up for the same things that conservatives have been standing for years. That's what we need. We need a platform where people can agree to disagree. YouTube's no longer that platform. Sorry to say. This is some tasty juice. I forgot how tasty this juice was. It's called AK-47 by Bomb Sauce Squad, I believe. Anyways, it's got a peach, banana, peach, strawberry, banana smoothie. It's got a different flavor. That's all I'll say. And it's not like everything that I normally vape on. For those people out there that actually do pay attention to me when I throw up a vape video, which it's been a while, because, I've kind of been trying to keep YouTube from banning me for stupid shit like that. Hey, is what it is. Anybody notice I'm wearing a WAG t-shirt? I waited 9 months for this t-shirt. 9 months. It's longer. That's about as long as a pregnancy. We got Elle down here sitting on the floor farting. She's just sitting down there, fart, and some more farts. I've had this weird suspicion that my channel is being blocked from the people that used to view my content on a regular basis. Because I'll go and start a live video like I'm doing right now, and not a single person will show up anymore. And I used to have at the very least, 10 people show up. Sad. You can say censorship. You definitely can say that. And the reason I titled this video To All the Crybaby Libs is because I'm really getting sick and tired of the comments each and every other day. Your comment isn't going to change my stance or my beliefs in America. Your comment isn't going to change my political beliefs. Your comment isn't going to change my thoughts. Ain't that right, Elle? That's right. She's like, yep. You pretty much nailed that one. I think it's funny how people think just because they think differently that automatically you're some sort of prejudice, you're some sort of racist. Yeah, because I so totally think other races are superior. Not. People are so fucking ignorant in this day and age, they don't even know what it is. Really. I've been doing so much research on typically just my family. Just, shits and giggles. I do it when I feel like it. And, this day and age, we're all so worried about who owned this, who owned that, who owned slaves, who did this, who created slavery. Yeah, what the real problem isn't that. The real problem is prejudging people before they even have their say. Not even letting people have their train of thought. Thinking that everyone is prejudiced just because they voted for somebody. That's absurd. It's not even about, it's call him a racist. It works. Call him a racist. No. Just no. Doesn't work. So, Refugium should be here tomorrow. Just thought I'd throw that out there. It should be here tomorrow. We're going to start up a new saltwater tank out of the breeder that we used to keep the cichlids in. And then I'm going to have to, before any of that happens, though, I'm going to have to get overflows. I'm going to get a container that's thick. It won't be see-through. It's going to be used as a sump because, I'm just going to make my own sump because I'm noticing that the more and more I waste money on filters that I could have just made a filter. Just kind of crazy. Most people don't think like that anymore. They're just like, oh, there's a word for it. The Australians use it a lot. It's a word for the people that are basically mindless zombies, deadheads. They go with what everybody else says and thinks. That's called groupthink, by the way. It's called drungos. Don't be a drungo. Don't be an idiot. Don't be one of those mindless idiots that can't sit there and make a decision for yourself. Example of a mindless idiot that can't make a decision for themselves. Perfect example would be Acacia. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. That would be a perfect example of mindless zombie behavior in this day and age. Oh, yes. She's like, pet me. Just pet me. Anyway, the point I'm making is this commenting does shit. Does nothing. I could comment till I'm blue in the face about stuff I don't like about liberals or I don't like about Democrats. And somebody else would just find something new that they could bitch about. Really? That means it goes in one ear and right out the other. They ain't listening. They don't change their opinion. They don't change their thought. They don't even sit there and accept that, Democrats are the reason in the party of racism. Democrats are the party that indoctrinated people into believing that it was okay to vote Democrat for the next, 80 years. And then they look at society and then they realize, hey, society's going ass backwards because of all the things that these Democrats are doing. Just look at Michigan. Look at California. I mean, look at the fact that they have almost 2 million people on the street. 2 million people on the street. And their governor doesn't know what to do about it. Wake the fuck up. That's what you do. Don't even get me started on Oregon. I could go all day. Oregon's governor. It's related to the governor of California. Now you guys see where that's going. It's just one big shit circle. It just repeats itself that never fucking ends. What's up, biggies? Yeah. Shows you how little people actually know about politics. They don't even know that the governor of California and the governor of Oregon are related. I knew that. The only reason I know that is because, obviously, a little bit of research here and there doesn't hurt anybody. Not to mention, world history as a major kind of leads you to look at politics at a different light and not just judge everything based off of an opinion. Because everybody's got an opinion. It's like assholes. Everybody's got one of those too. Everybody's got a belly button other than dogs and certain animals. Man, this juice is great. I should have done this a week ago. Bought this juice. See all those bottles of juice over there that are just on the table there? I've been sitting there scrounging, just trying not to buy juice for it's been about 2, maybe 3 months, almost 3 months since I bought a bottle of juice. Today was the first time I bought a bottle of juice. Pretty much says I was trying to quit, but, it's hard to quit smoking nicotine, just like it's hard to quit hating somebody just because the fact that you hate them. But the point is you're letting them rent space in your head, and you're not changing anything. You're hating someone just depicted off of a preference or a choice. Just saying. What's up, Fish Tropic? How you been, bud? I wish I could take the computer downstairs, but it's a desktop, so my laptop crapped out a month ago. It pretty much wouldn't update anymore, and it's about eight years old, something like that. So this is what I get. This is a laptop with the hard drive's gone pretty much. It just doesn't want to do anything. I mean, I could factory reset it, but then I lose everything that's on it. So I'll just leave it as is and, download everything off of it and put it on this computer. It is what it is. You know, I bought it out of a pawn shop for $100, so what do you expect? It gave me about almost 9 years of good, hard work. Ran every day. So, until it didn't. And yeah. It's kind of why I haven't been doing as many videos, because it was easier to stream and, you know, have this computer to watch everything on before. But now I don't have a computer to stream to, so it's, or I mean a TV to stream. I have a TV to stream to. I don't have a computer to help me stream to the TV and switch the wires back and forth when I want to stream or whatever, because that computer crapped out. Plain and simple. Yeah, I'm wearing the WAG t-shirt. They finally tightened their shit up. I've at least made close to $140 a week. It's not bad. I mean, it's about $480 something a month. Surviving. When I get walks. Still kind of annoyed about that. There's too many people that do the dog walking. So to get on another topic, my old boss actually paid up, not exactly what I was worth, or what I was owed, because, you know, he basically scammed me from the beginning. And hey, if he watches this, I don't give a fuck, because you know what? That's the truth. You don't sit there and stipple out of people's checks, and you don't pull money out of people's checks, especially when they work for you, and they work their ass off for you, and they work weekends, and they work the Lord's Day. Yeah. But, you know, it's the point that I gave that motherfucker my all, and he just shat in my face, basically, spat in my face. Oh, I'm laying you off right before the holidays. You know what? Well, then I'm filing a labor report, and that's what I did. So, you know what? I get mine, you get yours. And remember that when someone bitches about their you know, love life relationships, you should take a step back and look at your regular relationships with people and use those as an example for the reason why your love life relationships fail. Really. And I'm speaking on the topic of that motherfucker's now single again, because, you know, you don't sit there and play two girls and try to get one and then, you know, try to get the other one to, you know, give you co-custody of your kid, vice versa. You just don't play both sides of the fence. You don't play two women and expect to have a good outcome. It just doesn't fucking work. Trust me. I've done it. It doesn't work. It ends up backfiring, and it ends up leaving every party feeling like shit. And to learn anything from that, learn that you need to change the way you look at relationships. Whether it be a love life relationship, whether it be a personal life relationship, whether it be how you treat people. You need to change that. Everybody needs to change that and work on that. Not just him, myself too. But it takes a bigger person to realize that and understand that. It takes a bigger person to understand that maybe, just maybe, he didn't have his shit together. And maybe he needed somebody else to pull him out of a hole and get him through the shitty months. Well, you know, I wasn't that person, because I won't sit there and let somebody use me to get their job done and then go sit on their ass and go fucking smoke pot instead of fucking sitting there doing their job and teaching you and training you like they're supposed to be. Who taught me how to keep fish? Who taught me how to prolong keeping fish? My mom's ex-boyfriend. Or, to keep fish at a longer period of time. To keep fish for 10, 15 years. Same thing goes for the fish. If your relationship lacks with those fish downstairs, for me it's downstairs. If your relationship lacks for those fish, they die. Your relationships lack with people, they die. Same can be said for liberals. Y'all don't like people that have a different opinion than you? Your relationship statuses probably lack. They lack the one thing that you need, love. Trust me, for an asshole like myself to say that, I gotta be pretty damn open-minded. I mean, we're coming up 4 years, my best friend's been dead. I mean, most people, they'd let that eat at them, kill them. It only makes me stronger. Because one day I'll prove that she was not suicidal. One day I'll prove that she was murdered. One day I will. Just like anything else. Lack of evidence. Lack of evidence. Can't do anything with a lack of evidence. Sorry for going off topic. I'm just kind of ranting at this point. When people comment on a video that's almost 5-6 years old, I'm wondering where the fuck you were 5 or 6 years ago. Just fucking... Let's put the knife in. Oh, it's been 6 years. Let's put the knife in. I was going to do a video the other day about, one of the people that helped me get to where I am on YouTube. And I went and thought about it. I helped me get where I am. Yeah, there are people out there that helped along the way, but I helped me get where I am. It wasn't Von Helton, Even though I could give him some credit where credit is due, he did give me a little clout. But, me going and doing videos, whether I have something to say or whether I don't do this off of a script. Basically, I do this off of this. That's a different level of comprehension that most people don't have. I can just pull it out of my brain. Some people, they have to sit there and read something. I'm not one of those types. If I'm reading something, I'm more likely to fuck up what I'm reading than if I just give it to you straight. Whew. Oh. It would help if I turned it on, right? To all the homies out there that I know you had to struggle, you were on hardcore drugs, to all those homies, you guys are powerful, and you don't even realize it. You may not believe in God or anything like that like I do, but y'all are powerful. You have a story that you haven't told yet, that it might help somebody else. It might grow somebody else into a different person because it might help them with their relationship status. It might help them with their mental status. It might help them move through something that they couldn't move through. And it could be something as simple as somebody telling them to wake the fuck up and grow the fuck up. Or it could be just as simple as somebody telling them, look in the mirror and say, I can do better and I will do better, until you are doing better. Look at me being a psychologist again. I don't even have a degree. 10 years clean off of heroin. 10 years. I'd say a few months clean off of alcohol, but, every now and then I have a shot or two, but that's a different story. I don't like to get to the point where I'm obliterated anymore. And I can keep a bottle of alcohol sitting on the counter. This can show you self-control for months. My cousin can come in within a day. That bottle of alcohol will be gone. I use the alcohol to cook with. Some people don't get that. I use fine whiskey to cook with. Not low shelf, middle shelf. I use middle shelf to cook with. People don't get that. It makes food taste better, especially when you're vegetarian. You got to have a little bit of flavor every now and then. But I don't hate on people who eat meat. Go eat your fill. Just make sure you use all that motherfucker. Make sure you're using every last bit. That's the way I feel about it. Hell, I've even had some thoughts on going out and, breaking vegetarianism once a year and going out and kill a deer. But, that's just a thing for me. That's like something I never got to do with my grandfather. He died before, he could show us all that. And, it's like one of those things that just defines a man being a man in this day and age. And some people might have a different opinion on that than me. Well, your opinion doesn't matter. Your opinion is just like your feelings. They're irrelevant. Yeah, your opinion can matter when someone gives it a word of thought. That's the difference. When people don't give it any word of thought, then your opinion really doesn't mean a damn to anyone. And I don't mean that in any disrespect to anybody watching the video. I mean, like, my opinion doesn't even really matter. It's just that, an opinion. I find it funny. So many people have blocked me over the last few months. And those people were people that didn't like the president. Stupid. You didn't like the president. You at one time liked me as a friend, but now just because I have a difference in views than you, we're no longer friends. See, that to me is the most absurd poppycock bullshittery I've ever heard in my whole life. I would like to go back to the days when you didn't have to worry about what somebody was wearing. When you didn't have to worry about what somebody said or what somebody did. Those were the good old days. Now, don't get me wrong. I've smoked weed since I was fucking like 8 years old. I'll go and sit there and smoke with the best of them. Don't get me wrong, I'll even be high on my job. But you know what? There's a difference being high on your job and being able to copacetically work. And there's a difference between thinking, oh, I'm the boss and I can just sit back and get high while everybody else does their job. That ain't right. Yeah. Or stop working to go get high with the rest of the crew, and the lowest guys on your totem pole are sitting there busting their nuts for you. That makes no sense to me. If I ever ran a business and my employees were getting high on the job and they weren't doing work, I wouldn't even care that they were getting high on the job. I would care that they weren't doing their work. That's what I would care about. There you go. Shows you what kind of person I am. I don't care. You have your own vices. I have my own vices. Hell, my mom probably drinks more Pepsi than anyone I know. Anyone I know. That's her vice. But you get the point. It's like when you let that control your life and you don't actually do what you set out to do, that makes you the piece of shit. Not me. When you say you're going to train somebody, you best well damn train that person. Every fucking bit of fiber of your being, you know how to train that person. You train them to the best of your knowledge. You don't sit there and tell them, oh, here's a paintbrush. Here's a paintbrush. Go paint the wall. I've never met such a bunch of fucking half-ass painters in my whole life than I did in Idaho. And then they want to sit there and call me the half-ass painter. You know what, motherfuckers? Train people. Train people. Train people, and maybe, just maybe, they might recollect what the fuck it is you're training them on. I don't know. That's just common sense to me. It's like, light bulb. Oh, it went on. So there's a way to stream from Skype to YouTube still. And a lot of people aren't even using that. I just thought I'd point that out. I can host maybe at max 5 people on a Skype call. I might think about doing that in the future so that other people, other than just myself, can talk in the live videos. You know, because it gets a little boring just talking to yourself. You feel like you're jerking yourself off. Just saying. I'll never put my videos on 18 plus. If you don't think your kid is applicable to watch my shit, then don't have them watch it. Straight up, I honestly think that kids shouldn't even be on YouTube. But that's my opinion, and I have a good reason why that is my opinion. But, you know, I'm going to leave that for another day. You know, you could think about a few things of why that's my opinion. It's a dangerous world out there, you know. It's a dangerous world out there, especially growing up. And if a few little words hurt your kids' feelings, I'm sorry, they're just words. Is what it is. You know, I don't have kids, so I'm not going to censor myself for somebody else. There you go. My shit ain't even monetized, so it doesn't really matter. When it was monetized, I had at least 100 views a video. And then they changed the rules. And then they changed them again. And then they changed them again. I just, you know what? They got too many rules. We could go into a topic that my mom just learned about in her criminal justice class. Anyways, she was learning about Edward Snowden. She didn't even know who he was. And I had to sit there and explain it to her that he was pretty much the whistleblower for everything corrupt that's happened in almost at least 30 government systems. He's more than just a whistleblower, by the way. He actually is a hacker. A lot of people don't like that word in this day and age. But he divulged that Google was stealing our information. They probably still are. Oh, it's just going on a cloud. Nobody can view it. Oh, really? So I can't pull up my cloud and go view stuff? Yeah, you can. It's a world of information, and we're all just a speck in it. We're all just a dot in the little information pool. You get it right, Ellie. We're all just specks. She's being a little turd now. She wants to interrupt me. She wants to be in video. Anyways, I figured I'd just give some light to a comment that was left by some nobody who only has 2 subs. I've had a lot of them just comment, and they only have 2 subs nowadays. You really think your comment means anything? It really doesn't. Comment means jack shittily diddly. I'm just giving you a little bit of 37 minutes of fame. 37 minutes of fame. Remember that. My point to this is, if you got an opinion, just like myself, half the time I don't share my opinions. Half the time I don't even comment in fish tank groups anymore because everybody's so goddamn opinionated that your comment or your opinion on, providing help and providing facts becomes that less factual because they have something to knock it with. I could call out so many fucking names right now, but I don't. And the point to that is I don't give a fuck. I don't give a rat's ass. Your opinion is just that, an opinion. I have an opinion. We all have opinions. But they don't fucking matter. They don't. Not one bit does an opinion matter. And when I've been keeping fish for since I was 11 years old, almost 20 years, your opinion means that little to me. I'm sorry to say. When cichlids are shaking back and forth at each other, they're not stressed out. I'll say that for a fact because that's something somebody kept trying to tell me the other day. They're not stressed out. They're trying to assert dominance and assert territory. You'd learn that if you actually watched your fish for 10 minutes. And then watch as they chase the female fish around your tank. And then also accept this fact, because this is a fact. Cichlids can change their sex. Not every one of them, not every species of them, but cichlids can change their sex. And I know that for a fact with Aratus, yellow labs. I could go on and on. There's so many Mabuna and so many peacocks and so many Malawi that change sex. And that's what this little argument was about over on Facebook a couple days ago. But the point is, I don't care if you're 48 years old. I don't care if you're 68 years old. I don't care if you've been doing this since you were 10 years old and you're 70 years old now. An opinion is just that, an opinion. When you drop knowledge on somebody and you took that knowledge from somebody else that you learned, and they've been keeping fish for over 40 plus years, and they own 2 fish stores, I think I trust that person that owns the fish stores over you. Just saying. Because they've dealt with a lot more loss, a lot more parasites, a lot more internal diseases, a lot more flesh-eating diseases. And this goes back to the same conversation of earlier. People like that just, oh, you're wrong. You're wrong. Even though you pointed out a fact, they can't be helped. They probably have poor relationships with everybody, and they can't be helped. That's what it boils down to. Goes back, straight back to relationships. Goes back to, the stress you put into the environment stresses those fish. So if you're saying that fish shake their head sporadically like this because they're stressed, no, they're trying to assert that they're crazy and they need the dominance. Yes, cichlids are fucking crazy. That's coming from someone who's kept them since I was 11 years old. That's almost 22 years almost. 2 more years, it'll be 22 years. Or I might be off by 2. 2 more years, it'll be 20 years. Fuck off. I might have even been 10 years old, to be honest. I can't remember back that far. The only memories that I have that are that far back of keeping fish was my mom's ex-boyfriend always telling me not to overfeed them, and having a fish tank in our living room and in my bedroom. There you go. I could tell you exactly what type of fish I started out with. Anyone want to take a guess? Cichlids. Yeah. The first time I ever had Oscars breed was in our, I want to say it was 65. It might have been 100 gallon, but they ate all their babies. I tried to save them. They ate them. I was too young to, know the difference then. Nowadays, I'd put the babies in a different place, like a net, and hope that the Oscars aren't hungry enough that they jump the net and eat all the babies. I hear Ellie out there barking at somebody. It's probably the other dog next door. That's not bad for somebody who's actually got a hearing impairment. I learned that if that's ever been documented on paperwork, that will keep you from joining the military. People have learned that in the last few years about me in general, that I've learned a lot more how to control the rage. I'm getting better and better and better at it. And that's the best part about, being in recovery. So you learn how to control things. And most people don't understand that. I've talked about recovery for years, and then, all of a sudden one day I just stopped talking about it because I stopped caring. Period. It is what it is, but, I see it as people who hate on people who smoke weed. People hate on this, that, and the third. But what people are really hating on is people. And they don't know how to have relationships with those people. And with that being said, don't forget, with the faith of a mustard seed, you can move any mountain. Don't let molehills become mountains or obstacles in your way, and have a very, very blessed Wednesday. I'm gone. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share.